Paisanos? gotta do what? I gotta believe.
All right, hello. Negatron, welcome in. MXV, welcome in. Great to see you guys here. We're trying something new. Streaming during the day. It's noon here. If I decide to stick with doing this for a little while, I'd probably start earlier. Today I had to bring my son to an orthodontist appointment, so this was about the time that I could get everything thrown together. Uncle Wooly, great to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, my normal streaming time is at night. As some of you might know, in my day job, I work for the government, and the U.S. government is currently shut down, so I am not working until the government opens back up. So, I thought I would try my hand at being a full-time streamer during this time. Who knows how long it's gonna last? I did survive through the previous record for the longest time that the government was shut down, which was in 2019, and that record length is 35 days. So, you know, who knows? All kinds of unprecedented things are happening right now, but I'm gonna try to make the most of it, and yeah, maybe we'll have some fun over here. So thanks for joining, everyone. I figured a great place to start. It kind of feels like I'm starting streaming for the first time right now, to be honest. I've streamed in the daytime before. I've probably done streams that started at noon before, but those have been like special occasions where I was planning to go like all day. Indeedy, happy to have you while you're working. I hope your work is going well, Negatron. Are you crafting something right now? Or are you doing other kinds of work? Hey, what's the occasion? Orbaron, hello, welcome in. The occasion is that my day job is working for the U.S. government, which is currently shut down because they have not passed a budget. So there is no money to fund my job until they figure it out. So I'm trying my hand at maybe being a full-time streamer during this time. Wiring LEDs and lasers for Predator masks. Negatron, I watched Predator 2 last night. I watched Predator 2 last night for the very first time. That film slaps. It does. I thought it was so awesome. I expected it to be a little bit worse than it was, because I feel like people kind of crap on that movie, don't they? I've seen Predator 1 before. The only Predator movies I had seen before last night were Predator, Alien vs. Predator, and Aliens, plural, versus Predator Requiem. So I'm a big fan of the Alien franchise, so I'm finally branching out to the sister the sister franchise. Nice, great film, slaps for some reason, but Predator 2's urban setting works really well. I love like the 80s urban grit of it. It's so it's such an aesthetic. That's the one with Danny Glover. Yeah, Danny Glover is so awesome in it. He is such an awesome, badass character. I love him in Predator 2. Film's pacing is basically the same as the first one. Danny Glover rules in that. I will say I did notice some issues with the pacing. It's funny because there was like a moment where I was about to like speak out loud to my wife and say like, I don't know why people don't like this movie. This movie is incredible. And like right at that moment was it was a scene where they were talking to like a doctor, and it was like kind of like your classic like techno jargon kind of scene, you know, like press the enhance button kind of deal. And I was like, okay, maybe this is why. They could have cut the scientist scene. Yeah, they definitely could have cut that. But no, it's awesome. And if things go well, maybe I'll watch Predators tonight. I'm trying to get caught up before Predator Badlands comes out. But it's like 3 minutes, so whatevs. Yeah. That's true. No, it's really awesome. I loved it a lot. What else? You know, I recently reacquired the manual for Ocarina of Time. I'm gonna pull it out. got it in this. I've got it in a, like this aftermarket clamshell case. I recently reacquired an Ocarina of Time manual. Like, it takes a lot for me to want to buy manuals for games, but I felt like I needed to have this one. Ocarina of Time is my #1 favorite video game ever, and it's been a long time since I've actually like read through the manual. We could read the story content before starting up. Yeah, I remember loving this page as a kid. This map and like all the people. What happened to your old manual? My old manual, Orbaron, was taken by the sands of time, as many a manual was. It wasn't until like, it was probably like the year 2000 where I started being like really careful about saving manuals and boxes and all that. I don't think it's an uncommon experience, at least here in the US. Lots of people just chucked out the boxes and the manuals for video games. It's very sad, but that's the state of things. You're gonna love Prey and Killer of Killers, I think. I've heard nothing but amazing things about Prey. Killer of Killers is great as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those. I kind of want to watch things in release order, which means I have to get through The Predator, right? Have you guys seen The Predator? I've heard that one is really terrible. But it can't be worse than AVP Requiem, can it? So, you know, Alien Earth came out, like, a month or so ago. Maybe, like, 2 months ago. IMO, you could fully skip The Predator. Let's see. Alien Earth came out, and I got really into it, and it set me on, like, this big Aliens kick, where I was rewatching a bunch of the movies and playing a bunch of Alien video games. And then I'd only ever seen AVP Requiem once, and I did not have a fond memory of it, but I didn't really remember much about it other than I thought it was bad. And I decided I would rewatch it. And it was so bad, it kind of broke my Alien kick a little bit. Like, I felt much less interested in playing more Aliens games and rewatching more movies after rewatching AVP Requiem. But, you know, maybe it's just time for Predator now. Let's see. Oh, my chat is scrolling on me. This would be the game to get it for, your favorite 3D Zelda. Uncle Wooly, this is my favorite video game, period. Which also makes it my favorite 3D Zelda. Never saw AVP 2, but you've seen The Predator, and woof, you'll probably see why when you watch it. You know, I have a morbid curiosity now. I'm definitely gonna watch it. Negatron, I should watch The Predator, and you should watch AVP Requiem, and we should compare notes and see which one is worse. Alright, I will read to you guys the story. I'm not going to set up the second camera, because the story page, it's just text. There's a lot of text here. But let's kick it off. Let's kick this game off properly. Your game? Alright, I'll let you know when I get to The Predator. I gotta watch Predators first. But AVP Requiem is still pretty fresh in my mind. I can remember all of the ridiculous, terrible stuff in it. Alright. A long time ago, before life began, before the world had come, before the world had formed, 3 golden goddesses decided upon the chaotic land of Hyrule. They were Din, the goddess of power, Nehru, the goddess of wisdom, and Faror, the goddess of courage. Din, with her strong flaming arms, cultivated the land to create the earth. Nehru poured her wisdom onto the earth to give the spirit of law to the world. Faror's rich soul created all life forms who would uphold the law. These 3 great goddesses returned to the heavens, leaving behind the golden sacred Triforce. Since then, the Triforce has become the basis for Hyrule's providence. where the Triforce stood became sacred land. In the vast deep forest of Hyrule, the great Deku Tree served as the guardian spirit. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, lived with the great Deku Tree. Each Kokiri had his or her own guardian fairy, except one. His name was Link. Early one morning, Link was having a nightmare. It was the same nightmare he had every night. During a storm, Link would find himself standing in front of a mysterious castle. A rider on horseback carrying a girl would race by. The girl would look at Link as if to say something. Then another rider would appear. This big man, clad in black, would look down menacingly at Link. Link would then awaken. Link, hey, get up, Link! The great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. As Link opened his eyes, he saw a fairy floating in front of him. This fairy's name was Navi. Navi was sent to summon Link to the great Deku Tree. "O Navi, thou hast returned," said the great Deku Tree. "Thank you, Link, for coming. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. A vile climate pervades this world. Verily, ye have felt it. The time has come to test thine courage. I have been cursed. I need you to dispel the curse with your wisdom and courage. Art thou prepared?" Link entered the great Deku Tree and broke the curse. "Well done, Link. I knew that ye were worthy of carrying out my wishes. The wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. Employing his vile, sorcerous energies, the evil one is searching for the sacred realm connected to Hyrule. For it is there that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, that contains the essence of the gods. Whoever holds the Triforce can make their wishes come true. Thou must never allow the desert man to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man to enter the sacred realm of legend. Link, go now to Hyrule Castle. There ye will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Present this stone to the princess. I have foreseen that she will understand everything." The great Deku Tree gave Link the spiritual stone of the forest. Before dying, the Deku Tree's last words were, "The future depends upon thee, Link. Thou art courageous." Basically, everything that you play in the beginning of the game. So, isn't that interesting that the story in this manual, okay, if you read the story in A Link to the Past manual, it's all like lore that is not in the game at all. And in this one, it's just, yeah, it goes all the way through through Dungeon 1. It's all stuff that's just in the game. That's kind of disappointing, actually. But I guess that's, maybe this is like the first inkling that people had that we don't need manuals anymore, which is sad because, like, this page is so awesome. Predators is fine besides excessive callback ratio. I feel like I've heard good things about Predators. Let's see if there's anything else in the manual. So, you guys want to hear a funny little anecdote, a funny little memory I have from playing Ocarina of Time for the first time as a kid. The manual says, let me see if I can find this. Oh, there's something interesting here. There's a note in this manual. Somebody wrote a note in the notes page. It says, Sacred Forest, RLRLSLR. What the heck does that mean? That's very weird. Game volume seems to be high during action, by the way. Thanks for letting me know, Negatron. Oh, you know what? It is still at, NES levels. Let's turn that down a bit. Let me know how this is. Well, I guess we gotta wait for action to happen. I had it set, I had it cranked all the way because the NES only outputs mono, and it's like a way lower volume signal. We were playing, last game that I finished was Star Tropics. Okay, my story is that I got stuck. I couldn't figure out how to get into Zora's River as a kid. Much improved, thank you. Thank you for telling me. Was Def the back end of the golden age of the manual? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got stuck. I couldn't figure out how to get into Zora's River. And the manual says somewhere that as you play, you'll grow from a kid into an adult. That's like all it says. And so I thought that maybe you just had to play long enough to grow up to get past the rocks that block Zora's River. So I remember just running around aimlessly for like a ridiculously long time, wondering if I was gonna grow up in the game. I think eventually I was in a store and looked in the player's guide to figure out how to get past the rocks. Let me see if I could find exactly where it says that about growing up. The passage of time in Hyrule. Oh, that's just talking about day and night. Here it is. It says, while you're playing the game, you discover that Link has aged 7 years since his adventure began. During that 7-year span, the atmosphere of Hyrule has changed dramatically. Things Link does in childhood might affect him as an adult. Huh. That makes it sound not as... I remember reading a sentence in here that was very ambiguous. It was kind of just like, you'll grow up as time passes. Maybe that's it, though. Maybe I just misunderstood. V4R, hello, welcome in. Came for Oot Chills. Thank you for coming for Oot Chills. Glad to have you here. We're about to get started. We're looking at the manual right now. It's been a very long time since I've read through the manual of this game. We just read the story, which is literally just all stuff that happens in the game. I recently reacquired the manual. My last playthrough of Ocarina of Time was probably, I want to say 2020 or 2021. But Ocarina of Time is my #1 favorite video game ever. During that last playthrough, I went into it a little nervous because, you know, there's a contingent of people on the internet that say that Ocarina of Time has aged really poorly, and I was a little worried that I was gonna play Ocarina of Time and find out that I agreed with them. But that was not the case at all. The game is still as amazing as it was in 1998 for me. They couldn't be more wrong. I agree. All right, how about we start the game? Let's do it. Oh, look, we're zooming in on the forest. Perfect time to hit the start button. I love it when that lines up. Okay, this would be the file from my recent playthrough. You can see that I did not get, well, recent from like 3 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. Somewhere between 3 and 5 years ago. I did not get all the heart pieces, and I died one time. We're gonna start a new one. Let's see, should I name myself something based on my username, or should I just name myself Link? This is a intense internal debate. I kind of want to go with just Link. Dude, there's still light outside. There are rules to this. I even have to change my entry to afternoon SRA, and everyone hope the day finds you well. Wingman, welcome in. It's great to see you here. Thank you for joining. I'm glad that you're able to join at this very different time. Yeah, I'm still keeping my normal stream schedule, by the way, which is every Wednesday night. So I'll still be on at night on Wednesday, but right now I'm not working because the government is shut down, and I figured while we're in that state, I'll try passing the time by maybe being a full-time streamer. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. This is day 1 of daytime streams. It kind of feels like I'm starting streaming all over again. It feels like I'm hit go live for the first time today. Jaded Fox, welcome in. Yay, Ocarina of Time. Hope you're doing well, friend. I'm lurking while you have lunch. Enjoy your lunch, Fox. Thank you for being here. Gotcha. Take advantage of the situation. Yeah, or make the best of it. Lurkin, hope you're doing well. Nightmare, hello, welcome in. Okay, let me I need to raise my speaker volume. So recently I restored these old studio monitors that I had that I used to use in college, and they stopped working a long time ago. But I was at my parents' house pretty recently, and I remembered them, and I thought to myself, you know, I've learned a lot about fixing electronics. I bet I could get them working. And I did. I replaced some capacitors, and now I've got studio monitors with my CRT setup. The only problem is I can't use my TV remote to control the volume. I gotta get up and turn the knob, so hold on a second. Okay. I have sound. Okay, I think I'm just gonna name myself Link for this playthrough. We got 2 Links now. In the vast deep forest of Hyrule. This is basically what I just read in the manual. Long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. Gotta get my tree voice on. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. Anakin, hello, how's it going? However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Yeah, we're on Ocarina of Time, Anakin. Been hankering to play Oot, but keep hearing rumors of a remake remaster, so you keep holding it off. I don't think that they're gonna do a remake or remaster. I think if they were gonna do that, they wouldn't. If they were gonna like continue remastering Zelda games, they would have ported the Wind Waker remaster to Switch instead of having Wind Waker be in the GameCube app. Like they have the original version on the Switch instead of porting the remake. So I really think that they're not going to do that. But who knows? Anything is possible. They remade Link's Awakening, so who knows? Why the daytime stream? Well, Anakin, my day job is working for the government, and the government is currently shut down, which means I am out of work until they figure out how to fund my job. So I'm trying out daytime streaming, perhaps, maybe full-time streaming. I don't know. The longest that the government has ever been shut down for is 35 days, which was in 2019. So, you know, that... Now, plenty of unprecedented things are happening every day. But we at least have that as like a... You know, if it gets longer than that, then things are even more crazy. Yeah, it's true. Navi, where art thou? Come hither. Oh, Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it, the climate of evil descending upon this realm? Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. Jackie, hello, how's it going? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth.
Navi, go now. Find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly. The fate of the forest, nay, the world depends upon thee.
Maybe a stupid question, but do they still give you pay? Are you allowed to go to temp unemployment? It's kind of in the weeds, so you don't have to answer. No, Wingman, thank you for asking. Like, I feel like if you're not working for the government, like, what government shutdown even means is like such a obscure thing. So I'm happy to answer questions and like spread awareness. So I will not get a paycheck until the shutdown is over. In 2019, after the previous record shutdown, they passed a law that guaranteed back pay to government employees for shutdowns. Before that, it was never guaranteed that we would get paid for the time that we're shut down. But as of now, we're supposed to get paid once the shutdown is over. But as I said before, all kinds of unprecedented things are happening right now, so I take everything with a grain of salt. But I feel pretty confident that I will still get paid. And according to law, I should get paid. Hello, Link, wake up! The Great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Link, get up! Love your old tree voice. Thank you, Anakin. Hey, come on! Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? Yeah, it's not panic mode now. It's merely inconvenience mode right now. Now, that's just me that's not in panic mode, because there are plenty of people that work for the government that are living paycheck to paycheck, right? So I've talked about it before on stream, but I have a PhD in engineering, and the stuff that I do is, very specialized. So like, I have a fine salary, and I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, but like a lot of people that work for the government are just doing like, it's just like a normal job, and like missing a paycheck is a huge deal. So it's, it is I'm fine right now, but there are plenty of people that aren't. I should share that info as well. Spec, hello. Happy afternoon, daytime stream. Thanks for joining us, Spec. Glad you could make it. Let's see. Did I have another bullet point to add to that? No, I think that pretty much explains it. But yeah, happy to answer more questions if you have them. Cool hearing your insight on this. Thank you, Jackie. I'm glad to be able to share it. Your Navi voice is great. It's got anime pro tag vibes. Thank you. You finally woke up. I'm Navi the fairy. The Great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going right now. Maybe she's the real hero of Do you guys think... Okay, maybe not everyone has seen the Zelda cartoon, but in the Zelda cartoon, there is a fairy character that's like a sidekick, and I feel like Navi is based on her. Her name is Sprite in the cartoon. Yahoo! Hi, Link! I'd like to know your N64 streaming chain. So, my N64 is stock, and I've got S-video cable from Retro Gaming Cables. going into the RetroTink 5X. And then the HDMI out from the RetroTink is going into my dinky little USB capture device that I use for everything. We can look at the RetroTink settings if you want to see them, Spec. I think I've probably got that. I've probably got the N64 mode. Yeah, so this N64 320 preset. Okay, so here's how the N64 works. The N64 outputs 640 by 480 image, but internally it's half that size. And the N64 at the hardware level does interpolation between pixels, which is one of the reasons that N64 games look really blurry. And what this preset does, this N64 preset in the RetroTink, is it like downsamples, it samples every other pixel. So only like the ones that are generated by the graphics, by the graphics processor of the console, and not the interpolated ones. And then it does like a nearest neighbor scale, which means it's not doing the blurring between them, but rather just making them bigger. So that's how with this preset in the RetroTink 5X, you're able to get a little bit less blurry image. There's still blur because N64 also has anti-aliasing filters. Those can be turned off with GameShark codes, believe it or not. Ah yes, Fabian installed the blur switch for you when he modded it. Is this a stock preset or did you set it up? This is a stock preset. As long as you've got the latest firmware, you should have it in the list of presets here. So you see, like, there's presets for different consoles, right? And that's how the N64 one works. By the way, remember how I told you quit Dragon Ball and Star Wars? That was a mistake. You were trying to be like the plebe, and it turns out he is not a good guy. In the past, you try to base your opinions off someone else's, but the answer at the end of the day is always listen to your heart. Well, I'm glad you learned that lesson, Anakin. I agree with that wholeheartedly. You don't need to base your opinions off someone else's. I mean, I think it's good to have people that you trust and people that can inform you. But yeah, at the end of the day, follow your own heart. You have a meeting now, sadly. Enjoy your meeting, Spec. Hope it goes well. Wow, a fairy! Finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri, Link. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. Alright, should we... Let's go talk to Mito first. Let's read the signs, too. Just ahead, Great Deku Tree's meadow. Alright, he is literally gatekeeping the Great Deku Tree. Hey you, Mr. No Fairy! What's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Why would he summon you and not the Great Mito? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and shield ready? What? You're right, I don't have my equipment ready, but if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Sheesh. Alright. We need money. We need monies to buy a shield. Let's see if I can remember where all the good monies are. Oh, look at that. I was climbing but not on the wall. Isn't that crazy? Guess there's a rumor of an upgraded Red Dead Redemption 2 coming to PS5. If it happens, they better make it a $10 upgrade. Swear if they release a remaster of Red Dead Redemption 2 at 60 or 70, you officially give up on current gaming. Let me think what I imagine that will be. Now, RDR2 came out for... It's a PS4 game, right? So I kind of think that they're just going to make it a PS5 version and charge it full price. Actually, no, I don't know, because there's plenty of PS4 games that you get the PS5 version for free. But we're kind of deep into PS5 gen now. I don't know if they're still doing that. Oh, you have a fairy now? That's great, Link. What? You've been called by the Great Deku Tree? What an honor. He may give you a special gift, Teehee. That's because the Great Deku Tree is our father, the Forest Guardian, and he gave life to all of us Kokiri. Oh, I definitely want to talk to everyone. I want to get full lore on this playthrough. Wait, can I get that? Okay, I thought for a minute it was in a place that I couldn't reach. My sister took some rupees and went shopping at the store that has a red roof. Teehee. Speaking of rupees, a green one is worth 1, a blue one is worth 5, and a red one is worth 20. Hee. Alright, now we know all the denominations. That meanie Mito made me cut the grass at Saria's house. Mito told Saria he would do it so she would like him, but I'm the one doing all the work. You and Saria are close friends, so will you help me cut the grass? I'll let you keep anything you find while cutting it. But Rockstar repackaged RSR1 PS3 game as a remaster, and it was $50, so I think your first call and what I fear is a better call. Rogowski, hello. Oh, this is your first time here since Haircut. Yes. Haircut happened. Also, streaming during the day. Welcome in, Rogowski. So, Wingman, I think the difference with that is... I would more look towards The Last of Us, The Last of Us Part 1, as the model that they're going based on. I'm mobile and it's already miserable. How's it going? I'm sorry that you're on mobile. It's going good. It's going good. So far I'm having fun over here. Since I'm streaming at a different time. By the way, I'm keeping my regular stream schedule. We're still gonna be live Wednesday nights, but I figured at least for the immediate future, I'm gonna try out streaming during the day on a couple other days a week. And I figured I'd start with Ocarina of Time because honestly it feels like I'm streaming for the first time right now. Are you playing on a CRT TV or a flat screen? I'm playing on my CRT, Anakin. Alright, Wingman knew what to do. Luz, hello. Yes, we are playing Zelda. How's it going, Luz? Good to see you. We'll get that CRT cam up in a minute, Wingman. Designation V took one look and I'm like, OG hardware? It's true, OG hardware. Yeah, Wingman has redeemed CRT cam. That's where we replace the nice retro tink capture that I just spent like 5 minutes explaining the tech behind, and we replace it with literally just a camera pointed at the CRT screen. So we'll do that in a minute. Kat, hello, welcome in, good to see you. Hee hee hee, you came all the way up here? You're a real man. Look, isn't this view pretty? Change your viewpoint with C up so you can look around the forest with control stick. Hello. All right, let's put the camera on her while I get CRT cam set up. BRB. Alright, I'm back. There's our CRT cam. Thank you for the redeem, wingman. You know, it's always a crapshoot how CRT cam is gonna actually look on stream. I think our normal nighttime lighting is probably a little better for it. But, you know, that's part of the beauty of CRT cam. 2005 YouTube style, point the camera at your screen. That's exactly what it is, designation. That's exactly what we're doing. Let's see, I still need more rupees for the shield. This would be the thing of nightmares if you change the music up to something like Tiptoe Through the Tulips when they're looking at us. This sounds amazing. We should do that. Well, I love the 80s and 90s pop culture and entertainment media. Can't imagine going back to CRT TVs and VHS tapes. That's why your favorite decade is the 2000s. Well, that's cool, Anakin. I love CRTs, and I love VHS. Every now and then, I will watch a movie on VHS. And I also, on YouTube, I have a few playthroughs of video games recorded on VHS tapes, by the way. If you want to see, like, long plays on VHS tapes, I've got a few on there. Hey, let's work on some moves. To jump sideways while Z-targeting, press A as you move right or left. To do a backflip while Z-targeting, press A as you move backwards. To do a roll attack while Z-targeting, press A as you move forward. While you roll, you can avoid damage. If you have your sword ready while Z-targeting, you can do a jump attack by pressing A. A jump attack does double damage. You can use Z-targeting on the stone next to me, so let's practice. I'm good. Hole of Z. Let's go through this small hole. Stand in front of the hole and push control stick towards it. An action icon shows enter. Press A to crawl into the hole. Pay attention to what the action icon says. Okay, the Hole of Z. Did you guys know that this is called the Hole of Z? You actually don't need to press Z to go in here. Oh, the other thing is you could totally see the glare on the CRT screen and during the day. Oh man, daytime streaming. There's all kinds of different nuances to it, huh? Viewpoint with Z targeting. When you have no object to look at, you could just look forward with Z. Stop moving and then change the direction you're facing or hold down Z for a little while. This can help you get oriented in the direction you want to face. It's quite convenient. Alright, I don't need to read all the tutorial stuff, I don't think. I'm reading the signs because just in case there's lore on them that I've either forgotten about or never known. You can see the blinds and everything, yep. It's like you guys are really here with me. Visit the House of the Know-It-All Brothers to get answers to all your item-related questions. You got the Kokiri sword. This is a hidden treasure of the Kokiri, but you can borrow it for a while. Be sure to practice with it before you really fight. Alright, let's equip that baby. Alright, now we're in gear. How many more rupees? Oh, just need one more rupee for the shield, and there it is. So what's everyone up to today? Anybody got any fun plans? I think I just saw a message from my wife that says the preschool is closed tomorrow. So probably no daytime stream tomorrow. But, you know, while I'm not working and my kids are in school, I'm planning to stream. As long as there's no other things in the way. I wonder if the Great Deku Tree gave life to everything in the forest. I mean, in addition to us Kokiri, look at that. She's speculating about her deity. Hi, Link. Look this way. Look over here with Z and talk to me with A. Yes, yes, that's how you use a fairy. It's so great that you finally have a fairy partner. I'll teach you how to talk to people using your fairy. When a fairy flies near a person or thing, press Z to look in that direction. Okay, well, skipping tutorial stuff. I just want the lore. This shop, it sells things you can get in the forest for free, teehee. Do you know how to use the Deku Shield? Teehee. I know how to use the shield. Welcome. You're back, typing on the wireless keyboard under a blanket on the couch, so you're chilling with you guys. Welcome, Cat. I hope you're doing well. Got the Deku Shield. Press R to crouch and defend. If you press R while Z targeting, you can move while defending. Alright, we are now fully equipped. Mito has to let us through. Hey, look what I got. If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Eh? What's that? Oh, you have a Deku Shield? What's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Good grief. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the great Mito, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot, how did you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Great Deku Tree? Huh? Right on, daytime space stream. You're at work, but you'll be lurking. Lewis, thank you for lurking here. Good to see you. Okay, I'm gonna turn off CRT cam now. I think our CRT cam time has come to a close. Thank you for the redeem, Wingman, though. It's always a fun time. Back to our direct capture. You're totally spent. Checked yourself for STDs today. Always a stressful appointment, but good to get done. Got new jeans and a haircut, so that all took all your energy. Might pass out for a nap, but got you on the 55-inch here. I'm glad to hear that you got your stressful stuff done, and that you're able to rest now, Cat. Got a date tomorrow or later this week. You're excited? Ooh, congrats, Cat. Let me grab my grab the phone. Hey, Erethuin. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. All right. To the Deku Tree. Oh, we want these sticks. For sure we want these sticks. Let's equip them. Great Deku Tree, I'm back.
Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Link, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. Link, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task?
Yes. Gotta run. Might be back later, though. Alright, Anakin, it's good to see you. Hope to see you again real soon. Take care. Good to see you, too. Luckily, I'm not out and about, seeing as you have laryngitis. Oh, no, I'm sorry that you have laryngitis, Erethuin. I hope that you are able to recover quickly. But it's good to have you here.
Then enter, brave Link, and thou too, Navi. Navi the fairy, thou must aid Link. And Link, when Navi speaks, use See Up to listen well to her words of wisdom.
Alright, in we go. We are still not past the story page of the manual. Can you guys believe that? Inside the Deku Tree. You know, the only other time that I've played Ocarina of Time on stream was when this ROM hack came out that is like a recreation of the 1997 Space World demo. I streamed that, which was really, really cool. It's like, it was a ROM hack that uses data from the Nintendo GigaLeak and also a prototype cart that had something overwritten the actual Ocarina of Time demo, but they were able to still like recover data off of it, and they used that to reconstruct the demo. That's my only other instance of playing Ocarina of Time on stream, which of course is not like actually playing Ocarina of Time. Alright, let's equip those. See, every time Navi says hey, she always stops saying hey by the time I press the button. I know she's gonna talk about that spider web. Look, Link! I can see down below this web using See Up. Alright, let's look down. Yep. That's down, alright. Thanks, Navi. Look at this wall. The vines growing on it give a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Link. Maybe, but there's also spiders on it. Love this game too, Aerithowin. This is my #1 favorite video game ever. Alright, we got map. My last time replaying through Ocarina of Time fully was, I want to say it was either 2020 or 2021. Pay attention to what the action icon says. That's the blue icon at the top of the screen. Oh, I gotta remember how to use my shield. Okay. I'm used to, like, whatever game I was playing that had a shield, probably the Dark Souls games. Yeah, I usually put my shield such that it's the left trigger. In this game, it's the other way. Ow, ow, ow! Forgive me, master! If I give you a clue, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the control stick forward, you will roll on the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it will work, though. If the cliff is really, really high, hehe. Well, try it if you're feeling bold. Here's FF4. My last time playing FF4 was very recent. That was one of the most recent games that I played on stream. I finished FF4. I think I finished it at like the end of August. You found the fairy slingshot. Press C to take it out and hold it. As you hold C, you can aim with control stick. Release C to unleash a Deku Seed. If you want to shoot right away, when you first press C, hold down C a little longer to get a seed ready. You remember. Yeah, it was a great time. It was awesome to revisit FF4. Now, on my recent playthrough of... I say recent, but really it was like 4 years ago. It had been a while since my last time playing through the game, And, you know, there's a lot of people on the internet that say, oh, Ocarina of Time and N64 have aged so bad, it's impossible to go back to these games. And, you know, it had been a long time for me, and part of me was a little worried that I was going to end up agreeing with that. But thankfully, that was not my experience at all. The game feels just as good today as it felt in 1998. And I even played it on a modern TV. Now, granted, I had the RetroTink and was using a CRT filter on it and everything. But, you know, I don't think this... I think this game has aged wonderfully. It's just your favorite because it's your first RPG aside from Rygar. Rygar is one that I really want to play, by the way. I bought a copy of Rygar a little while ago. Haven't played it yet. I think that I'm saving Rygar for stream. You know, one of the things that I always kind of go back and forth with is there's a lot of games that I would love to stream, and I get it in my head that, oh, I should save this game for stream instead of playing it on my own, and I feel like that might just make me end up not playing the game. So, I don't know. Rygar, though, is one that would be really cool to play on stream, but I've got a bunch of games where I'm like, oh, I should save this for stream, but actually that's probably just gonna means I'm not gonna play it. Or it's gonna be forever until I play it. Alright, we can now see many hidden things in the dungeon. Six and 2/3. Okay, I parsed it out. 6 and 2/3. Hello, welcome in. Great to see you. Oh, thank you for the 6 bits. The constant civil war between streaming a game you want to play or playing it privately, very resonant feels. Yeah. Although I will say, also streaming has gotten me to play lots of games that I had been wanting to play for years and just never got around to. So, on the whole, I think it does push me to play the games that I want to play. But yeah, save it for stream or just play it now, that is a constant struggle. Alright, our first Gold Skulltula. You destroyed a Gold Skulltula. You got a token proving you destroyed it. Let's go tokens. Oh my goodness, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm using the wrong button. I'm using the Dark Souls shield button. No. Now we're all hurt. Now we're beeping. Ford, hello, welcome in. Would love to see Blaster Master on stream. Some of the better music on NES. Okay, Blaster Master is definitely one of those games where I'm like, do I save it for stream or not? I have yet to play Blaster Master, and that's another one where I bought a copy, you know, maybe it's probably a year ago at this point, or more. Uh-oh. Okay, we made it. Thought I was gonna miss. Prime sub isn't available yet? That's okay, Aerith. Thanks for thinking of me, though. I gotta get used to combat in this game. It's been a while. You got Deku Seeds. These are small, hard seeds that you can use as bullets for your slingshot. Alright, I want to try to get all these spiders. Nothing lulls you to sleep like health bar beeps. Well, I'm gonna try my best to keep you awake, cat. Because I don't want to hear health bar beeps. I gotta jump from somewhere else, huh? There we go. Also, Ocarina of Time was my first Zelda game. I played it, I rented it from Blockbuster because I remember, so I'd always like knew about Zelda as a kid, and I think with A Link to the Past and other Zelda games, it seemed like, oh, I'm not old enough for this game yet. But by the time Ocarina of Time came out, I felt like I was old enough to play a Zelda game, I guess. And I rented it from Blockbuster and like immediately fell in love deeply with it. And the next time that I was able to buy a game, this is definitely the game that I bought. And was just obsessed with it ever since. You feel all groggy here, took anti-anxiety meds before your appointment. So happy to not work this week. I'm really glad that you're not working this week also. I hope that you're, I guess if you want the meds to wear off, I hope that they do. Never played the first Legend of Zelda. No, I have played it, Aerith. So after discovering Ocarina of Time, I went back and played all of the Zelda games that existed to that point. And love them all. And like, it's those first 5 Zelda games, they are my favorites. Until Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom live up to those first 5 games, but nothing that came out in between really hit the same until Breath of the Wild. Ocarina's a stout Blockbuster rental. White knuckling the weekend with that bad boy. Yeah, I didn't necessarily plan to beat it. I think I was renting it with the intent of trying it out to see if I wanted to have my next game purchase be Ocarina of Time whenever I got money for that. Find being a bit groggy and floaty right now. It just throws you off a bit when you move around. Gotcha.
Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Do you think I'm a traitor?
Michael Jordan reference, by the way. It's like maybe the only pop culture reference that I can think of in a Zelda game. Good, your favorite is Link to the Past. Link to the Past is very high up there for me. After you get into the water, if you hold down A, you can dive. I bet there are some interesting things underwater. You literally just said that. Navi, you just said this. You need anti-anxiety meds? I took anti-anxiety meds when I had surgery a couple weeks ago. I had never taken them before, but I got them prescribed for the surgery. And I'm not sure that they did anything, to be honest. Like, I really didn't feel that different. I guess I didn't feel too anxious while I was having surgery, but outside of that, I couldn't really say that they made me feel any way, one way or another. That or more pics of your cat, Bud. Pics of cat probably easier, less hassle to get, right? Missed a message of yours. You try to only take them while you absolutely need them, so they hit hard whenever you use them. Gotcha. Had a surgery a while back, and the doc was like, just take 3 Ativan staggered 12 hours before. You won't need anesthesia. Literally blacked out for a 36-hour chunk of time. What? I'm not familiar with Ativan. What is that? In between meetings. Welcome back, Spec. How'd your meeting go? Doctor was right. No anesthesia necessary. Interesting. Stand next to this block and grab hold of it with A. While holding A, you can push or pull it. If you stand next to the block and press A while pressing control stick towards the block, you can climb on top of it. Pay attention to what the action icon says. I'm guessing Ativan is a prescription drug of some sort. Guess ideally you would just feel less anxiety and no other side effects in a perfect world, so understand it's hard to determine if they actually work. It's like a baby version of Xanax, dulls all sharp pointy thoughts. Gotcha. Had brain surgery because of glioblastoma, and that somehow equals random panic attacks. Bud calms you down though. Oh man, is that like I'm guessing that's probably a long-term side effect, but probably whatever you needed brain surgery for, it would be worth. Brain surgery seems really like a real serious thing. I hope you're doing all right now, Eric. Ativan is a benzodiazepine. Unfortunately, that does not tell me anything more about it, as I don't know drugs that well. But thank you, Spec. Happy to share big words anytime. What was all of your guys' first Zelda game, by the way? Oh, glioblastoma equals tumor. Thanks, Spectrum. There, see, there's another big word that I didn't know. Oh. Link to the Past was your first. Very cool. Happy you had a successful surgery. That's scary stuff. Yeah, absolutely. You take clonazepam, but you fight your anxiety. You only take clonazepam if it gets call an ambulance situation. Your doctor didn't want to prescribe it at first because it's quite addicting, and you were surprised that you don't take them. Was surprised that you don't take them. Have a bottle and have taken like maybe 2 total pills in a year. That's good that you're taking it sparingly, given what you said about how your doctor reacted. That sounds like a good situation, Wingman. The Legend of Zelda. That's a great one. I kind of wish that I was there for the heyday of Zelda 1. Like just the general vibe of Zelda 1 and like the like the playground sharing of stuff that you found sounds so amazing to me. Zelda 2 NES, you were one of the schoolyard heathens championing its name after everyone hated it following the first. Do you remember people hating it when it was new, 6? I feel like mostly what you hear now, I keep using the wrong button for shield, by the way. I've been playing through the Souls games off stream, and I have muscle memory for them right now, which shield is different button, the other trigger. All right, Cat can fall asleep now that we're beeping again, I guess. This guy's just gonna give me a stick, isn't he? You too, other than that, you're doing well most of the time. Glad to hear it. Neighborhood sharing of maps and hearing about second quests, good times. Yeah, that sounds like such an amazing time. Love Zelda 2. I also love Zelda 2. I think Zelda 2 is the single most underrated video game ever made. What is shield on controller for Souls? It's, so on a PlayStation controller, it's L2. Or ZL on a Switch controller. Or LT on an Xbox controller. Oh, that stays where it is? Okay. There was out-and-out vitriol for Zelda 2 upon launch. 8-year-olds were the original edgy reviewers. Man, it's interesting because, like, I feel like what you hear, what you see going back, of course, this is where, like, first-hand knowledge is, like, really important. Because I feel like if you look at reviews and like, sales, like, basically the tangible data, Zelda 2 looked like it was doing amazing when it came out. And I was kind of under the impression that, you know, people mostly liked it when it came out, and it wasn't until years later, like after Ocarina of Time, when people started saying, oh, why is this game so weird and different? So that perspective is really interesting. Oh, 231, 23 is number 1, that's where we are at right now. See, I just did the wrong shield button again. 2, 3, 1. Let's go, Michael Jordan. Gotcha. Right click for keyboard mouse. That makes sense. Have you ever done Master Quest? I've never beaten it. I've played it a little bit. I've gotten at least somewhere in it. I don't remember how far, but yeah, I've actually never beaten Master Quest. I have the bonus disc that was a pre-order bonus for Wind Waker that has Master Quest on it, like the original Master Quest release on GameCube. Which, by the way, is the most incredible pre-order bonus that there has ever been. Why aren't pre-order bonuses that good anymore? Let's see, you always got stuck in the cow mucus membrane dungeon in Master Quest. That's the disc you played it on too. Is that I feel like where I got stuck was, or not got stuck, but where I just fell off of it was Dodongo's Cavern, so not super far in it.
How did you know our secret? How irritating! It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie! Sorry about that!
Here's Jabu Jabu. Okay. Thank you for the bits, 6 2/3. Has Strimmer ever found it a little odd that Legend of Zelda gives Zelda top marquee billing for the title, but it all kind of revolves around Link? You know, maybe I found it odd when I was a small child, but I totally understand it now. I think it is a really cool title. I think, you know, it's like Metroid, right? It's exactly the same situation as Metroid. I think it gives it this mysterious allure that, you know, there is this princess who is at the center of the legend, but you are playing someone else. Your joke might be a spoiler then. It's okay, Spec. Parasitic armored arachnid, Goma. Why don't they do a value meal video game like they did with Burger King back in the day? I always thought it was pretty cool, although the games weren't the greatest. That's probably because of the decline of physical games, sadly. I never played the Burger King games, by the way. What we need is Pepsi Man remaster. Am I right? Really good point on the Metroid logic. Yeah, I mean, that's like... I mean, there's a joke that Zelda is the boy you play as, and there's also the joke of, did you know Metroid is a girl? Think you still have the full set? Very cool. Pizza Hut once gave PS1 demo discs. That is true. Yeah. I want demo discs. I miss demo discs. Demo discs are awesome. I would love to do a demo disc stream one day. Just a stream where we just play a bunch of, like, probably PS1 demo discs. PS1 would probably have the best demo disc vibes. Wi-Fi is back. Welcome back to Wi-Fi, Rogowski. Wait, what? Metroid is a Goyle? Common misconception. Zelda is the doctor. You play as Zelda's monster. That's good, Rogowski. By the way, when is, what? Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is not out yet, is it? That's something that I kind of want to watch, like, day one. I think it's coming out on Netflix. I think it has had, like, some theatrical run, right? Like, limited theatrical release. But I think it's gonna be on Netflix. Demo disc stream is a righteous idea. Have you face blasted by a double barrel 90s? Oh, that sounds like exactly what I want. 6 2/3. You got a heart container. Your maximum life energy is increased by 1 heart. Your life energy will be totally filled. I would love to get blasted by double barrel 90s. So I have a ton of physical Xbox 360 demo discs because I was subscribed to the official Xbox magazine during the 360 days for a little while. So I've got a ton of actual physical 360 discs, but I do feel like PS1 demo discs are the, you know, that's what we all think of. Metroids are technically non-binary as they are asexual. Thank you for that Metroid lore, Wooly. Very relevant to the to the joke. Limited theatrical October 17th, worldwide Netflix November 7th. It does look crazy. I haven't watched any trailers for anything. I just know that Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein sounds amazing. Talking about new stuff, Alien Rogue Incursion released last week, non-VR edition. What is that, Wingman? I don't know if I've heard of Alien Rogue Incursion. I'm assuming that's an Alien, you know, Ridley Scott Alien universe game. Towards the end of the PS1 demo disc era, they just started slapping Tomba on anything that resembles a circular disc.
Well done, Link.
First-person Aliens game.
Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen?
Of course.
Now, listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me.
No, I've never kept track, Spec. I've never been interested in speedruns, really, at all.
This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerous powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is the sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Farol, the goddess of courage.
It's this scene that really blew my mind when I was 10 years old, by the way. I think this is the scene that, like, hooked me forever.
in. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Pharaoh, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. The three great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens, and golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Link, go now to Hyrule Castle. There, thou will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse on me.
You got the Kokiri's Emerald. This is the spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the Great Deku Tree.
The future depends upon thee, Link. Thou art courageous. Navi the fairy, help Link to carry out my will. I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye.
Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Link. Goodbye, Great Deku Tree. All right. We've caught up with the storyline in the manual. I gotta catch up on chat. Let's see, Rogowski. Don't think you've seen many Del Toro movies, but you respect how much care he gets, how much he cares about craftsmanship. Have you seen any others, Rogowski? I've definitely seen Pan's Labyrinth. I saw his Pinocchio movie. I think there's a couple others, but I don't recall what they are off the top of my head. Those are the ones that stick out to me. Didn't he direct? I forgot what it's called. I think I've seen a Spanish movie that he made. He's Mexican. A Mexican movie that is in Spanish is what I mean. But I don't remember the name of it. Let's see. Gotcha. Sometimes you would not for speedrunning, but just to get an idea of the length of your casual run. Yeah, I've got no idea. You would buy a demo disc currently if, let's say, the 30 indie developers put demos on a disc. That would be cool, but it's hard to keep track of indies as there are just so many of them anymore. Wingman, I totally agree. It would be awesome. It would be awesome to have someone curate a list of indie games and put a bunch of demos together for them in like a curated package. That would be so cool. That is a great idea. I wish that would happen. I guess that happens to some extent, but like physical disc, of course, would be awesome. Probably we're probably not gonna get a physical media version of that unless it's like a really niche thing. But I would love that. I mean, I would also just love like a curated list of demos. Like maybe you could download, you know, it's like presented as a game, but it's like you know, an interface with some cool like graphic design to that interface where you could go through a curated list of demos for indie games. That would be awesome. What platform would the disc run on? Yeah, we still have discs, believe it or not, Spec. Consoles still have discs. My PC still has a disc drive. I actually played a PC game by putting the disc into my disc drive pretty recently. As a kid, you loved how the gem looked. I also loved how the gem looked. Do people even have disc drives on PC anymore? I never even thought of that, as you haven't had a new PC in many a year. Yeah, I have a disc drive in my PC. I had a lot of years where I didn't have a disc drive, but I have one now. I got the bug to back up all of my physical movies, so I bought a disc drive that could handle that. And yeah, it also plays games. I mean, I still do, but this scene added to your enjoyment. Oh, you still do enjoy the Kokiri. Whoa, new PCs don't come with it anymore. That is true, they don't come with it. You have to buy it yourself. Have a disc drive in a closet somewhere. That's good.
Hey, Link, what did you do? The Great Deku Tree, did he die? How could you do a thing like that? It's all your fault.
Okay. You want to hear my side of the story, Mito? No, guess not. Okay. Scene being receiving the emerald. Yeah, I got you. So the lore dump from the Great Deku Tree combined with, it's like the 1-2 hit of this scene that we're about to see. Let's see if they say anything different here. What? Where are you going? To the castle? Where's the castle? Wiko Kiri will die if we leave the forest. You're not going to try to leave the forest, are you? Negant WD10, hello, welcome in. We are on OG Hardware. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for being here. Oh, you're leaving. I knew that you would leave the forest someday, Link. Because you're different from me and my friends. But that's okay, because we'll be friends forever, won't we? I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it. You receive the fairy ocarina. This is a memento from Saria. Set it to C and press C to start playing. This game disappointed you in one area, but won't say it unless you beat Link to the Past. Oh, I've beaten Link to the Past many times. You can say it here, Aerith. What area were you disappointed by? When you play my ocarina, I hope you'll think of me and come back to the forest to visit. Like, seeing this scene for the first time as a kid was also mind-blowing. Like, video games never made me feel the emotions that I felt in that scene. And then immediately this. Like, it's also perfect. Like, that, the lore dump, then the scene on the bridge, then the, you know, opening up into Hyrule Field. It's beautiful. Oh, you don't get the Triforce in this. Aerith, did you go on, like, Zelda fan sites back in the day and read all of the, you know, the Triforce rumors, as they were? I am so nostalgic for all the fake Triforce rumors, like how to find the Triforce in Ocarina of Time.
It appears that time has come for you to finally start your adventure. You will encounter many hardships ahead. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged, even during the toughest times. Go straight this way and you will see Hyrule Castle. You will meet a princess there. If you are lost and don't know which way to go, look at the map. The areas you've explored will be shown on the map. Press start to enter the subscreens and Z or R to find the map. On the map subscreen, you will also see a flashing dot showing you which way you should go next. Did you get all that?
I did.
Alright then, I'll see you around. Hoot 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 haw!
You like the owl? I like him too. The Triforce is found under the truck at the docks. Yeah. Exactly. So, I actually bought my Game Shark for N64 just so I could do some of these Triforce things. Like, I remember specifically there was one that said you have to carefully walk around to the back of Ganon's castle, and you'll find the Triforce there. And I found out that with Game Shark there was a cheat for pressing the L button to levitate. Like, you press L and you just go up into the air in this game. So I used that to explore all kinds of places in Ocarina of Time, especially wherever people said that the Triforce was supposed to be. One thing about this is I wish that they timed things so that you could more easily get to the drawbridge before sundown. I guess maybe they specifically wanted you to experience nighttime in Hyrule Field to make it feel like you had more than a day's journey to come here, but I don't know, maybe they should have put the castle somewhere else then. Big guy. But yeah, you love the fake rumors of Triforce stuff? Yeah, I love that so much. I'm so nostalgic for that stuff. Liked how big the field felt. Yeah, exactly. It feels incredible. I mean, it still does, in my opinion. That's another thing that people say is like, oh, Hyrule Field is actually so small. You know what? I think a lot of the like N64 hasn't aged discourse comes from people playing N64 games on emulators, because, like, you know, you could probably disable the fog, and then you could just see so far, and then maybe it feels much smaller than it feels otherwise. I think a lot of the discourse about how N64 has aged comes from basically like playing it in ways that don't reproduce it authentically. Like, another big thing is playing with like crappy third-party controllers. The control stick on the NES has like a really fine resolution, so there's like all different speeds that you can walk at. And there's a lot of third-party controllers where you will just miss like entire animation cycles for different speeds in certain games, like especially Super Mario 64. And of course, a lot of the original controllers, the stick got loose on. I've like restored mine with the gears that transfer the motion. I've got new fresh gears down there, but everything else original. The only downside with the OG is how easily the joystick wears down. Yes, so there's a lot of good replacements now for the original joystick. But at the time that I took on the challenge to refurbish mine, the best thing that I could do was get new little plastic gears that connect the stick to the sensor. There were a bunch of like drop-in stick replacements where it's like the whole stick assembly. Those are all garbage. Those are exactly what's in the cheap third-party controllers, which don't have the fine resolution that you need.
Welcome to Hyrule Castletown. It's a peaceful, prosperous town.
Okay, we gotta talk to everyone here. I probably need to take a bathroom break pretty soon also.
Man, I'm so bored. Things would sure be more interesting if there were more troubles in the world. Hey, that's just between you and me, okay? Anyway, maybe we could let off some steam by breaking these jars. Stay near a jar and press A to lift it. Press A again to toss it.
And that guy's, you know, that's some toxic train of thought he's got going on there. But I'll take all the money, sure. Isn't there like something interesting you can see out here? Maybe not really. Let's look out all the windows. Maybe we'll see something. Guess you can see Lon Lon Ranch and a sign. They probably took like a screenshot and made it really low resolution there. Actually, is there something in these boxes? Like, I have a strange suspicion that there's Skulltula in one of these boxes. Ah, no! I want to break all the boxes. There's at least a Skulltula in a box somewhere in the game. There it is, I was right. I was right. Meaning I remembered. I'm pretty sure anything that I find in this game will be from memory, not from actual, like, ingenuity. Okay, I'm gonna take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. See ya in just a minute. All right. Hey guys, so one of my kids was feeling sick and went to the nurse at school, and so he's come home early. So I'm gonna have to wrap it up over here. But thank you for hanging out, everyone. It was a lot of fun starting a new playthrough of Ocarina of Time. The plan is for as long as the government is shut down, I'm gonna be doing daytime streams. Tomorrow, my youngest son, his daycare is closed, so no stream tomorrow. Then on Wednesdays, I'm keeping my regular schedule, which is streaming at night. So I'll be live next 8 p.m. Wednesday, Eastern time. And then we'll try to do another daytime stream on Thursday. And also Wednesday nights, I'm probably gonna be playing something different. I'll keep Ocarina of Time to the AM streams, and we'll do some other stuff at the regular Wednesday night streams. Thanks for the stream. Hope the kiddo feels better. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you. And thanks for being here. You know how many years it took for Skulltula equals Skull plus Tarantula to click for you? Too many. Rogowski, I'm glad that it has clicked now. I'm glad that you have seen the light. 2 Worlds Wednesdays. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Rogowski. Let's not get too crazy here. Great stream, brother. Big fan of the vibes you got going on. Thank you so much, 6 2/3. Thanks for being here. It was great to meet you. All right, I will find a cool place for us to raid, and then I will. Okay, I see. Okay, we could raid something pretty cool right now because of the AM streams. We're gonna raid My Life in Gaming. Try from My Life in Gaming is streaming indie stuff on Twitch right now. My Life in Gaming is like I credit me getting into the whole retro hardware scene pretty heavily to them. They're a YouTube channel. Great content, great stuff. So yeah, that'll be cool. See, haircut looks good, by the way. Peace out. Thank you, Rogowski. Have a good one. See you on the next episode. Wingman, see you later. Thanks for being here. All right, let's kick off raid. All right, see you later, everyone. Thanks for being here. Take it easy.